Good morning, fellow pilgrims, friends, and neighbors. Thank you for joining us this morning for our daily devotional from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn, and we are studying the book of Romans for a couple of weeks. And this week we're in Romans chapter 12, and this is a pivotal chapter in all of the works of Paul, all of his letters. In this passage, he is going to begin his case for the ethical living, for living in Christ that is based on his theological reflections from the first 11 chapters. And so he is beginning that. We read earlier this week verses 1 and 2 of chapter 12, which are fundamental to his work, the famous works about our presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice to God and renewing our minds, which is and the true worship. And this morning, I want us to focus on verses 4 and 5 of Romans chapter 12. I'll offer a couple of reflections after reading them, and then we'll close with a word of prayer. Romans 12, verses 4 and 5. For as in one body we have many members, and not all the members have the same function, so we who are many are one body in Christ, and individually we are members one of another. So this is the powerful analogy that Paul uses elsewhere in 1 Corinthians, that the church is one body, and one body in Christ made up of many different parts. The powerful message, I think, here is that clearly with the teachings of Jesus, we have this very strong emphasis upon the responsibility of the individual before God. That is, the individual is responsible directly to God for themselves. And this is an emphasis, of course, that we want to maintain in our community, that each individual is responsible for himself or herself before God. And we also need to emphasize the other side of this analogy, which is that not only are we different parts, but we are parts of the same body. And this is an image, I think, that is the analogy that is based very clearly on Jesus' teachings about loving one another and the kind of relationship required in order to love one another. And Paul is building on that, I think, with the analogy of being one body, that we are responsible to one another and for one another. There's no sense at all here, I think, in the notion of forcing members, but rather the recognition that members of a body have different functions, that each individual is different. We all bring different things to the table, and we are to work together as one body. And I think that means to freely submit to one another, to care for one another, to support one another. And I must say that this is one of the things that I really love and deeply appreciate about Pilgrim Congregational Church, the recognition that each individual, each person is unique, and each person is at different points in their journeys with God, and there's a respect for that. And a lot of work goes into, I think, allowing space for these different journeys to participate in one body. And that requires, I think, a lot of tolerance, a lot of openness to others that disagree with us about any number of things. I think this is particularly important for our church in an election season. It's very obvious that we have lots of different opinions within our church about political issues. And I think it's really important that we maintain that unity by demonstrating our love and respect and support for one another. This is something that Pilgrim, in my experience at Pilgrim, has done so well. So I feel very confident that we will continue to be able to do this. I think it's really important in this season to remember that we are one body. And I think that submission to one another takes a form like this, that is, where we get together in Bible study or other places where we talk about our faith or our understanding of the Scripture. We are able to say, well, here's what I think that means. What do you think? What do you think about that? And get feedback from others about our reflections on Scripture, our reflections on faith and where we are, and to be able to listen to one another, to build one another up, but also to be able to offer criticisms in the spirit of Christ when we think that someone is wrong about something, but to be able to do this in love and generosity and genuine concern for our fellow church members. Perhaps I should say thank you to those who are there listening, to those of you who are members of Pilgrim Church, for what a tremendous witness you are to this love. Let's close with a word of prayer. Immortal, eternal, invisible, who hidest thyself in darkness and silence, who veilest thy glory in the lesser beauty of nature. Thy form is unknown, thy name we mortals dare not utter, yet thy worship is truth, and thy tabernacle is the human being. Calm our passions, silence our clamorous thoughts, that we may be still and know that thou art God. Put out all lesser lights, that we may see the light within. Naked in soul we stand before thy dread tribunal, that trembling there we may know no other fear, that gazing upon the face of the eternal we may not fear the face of man. Lead us through the deeps of our own nature, past the gateways of thought, till face to face, heart to heart, thought to thought, we are in thy presence. Break down pride, burn out sin, banish self. May perfect love cast out all fear. Perfect sacrifice make an end of sin. And thou, the all in all, smite down the prison house of self and set our spirits free, in tune with the infinite, at home with the eternal. Shut us in with thyself, O God. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me this morning from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.